Everyone is looking at the new Spider-Man trailer and cheering because Peter Parker is wearing a homemade suit. They see him washing his spandex in a public laundromat, reading an unread letter to MJ, and swinging through the streets of New York. The internet is screaming, "Classic Spider-Man is back!" But you are all missing the horrifying reality hidden in plain sight. Marvel Studios is playing a massive trick on you. This isn't a street-level reboot. This is a biological horror story. And today, I am going to prove that Peter Parker is mutating into a monster. Venom is already here, and someone in Peter's inner circle is about to betray him. Welcome back to the evidence room. I am the lore inspector. Lock the doors because we are tearing apart the brand new day trailer, frame by frame. Let's start with the biggest lie of the trailer, Peter's powers. At the beginning, we clearly see him wearing mechanical web shooters. But fast forward to the apartment sequence. We hear Peter's voice crack as he says, "What is happening to me?" He rips himself out of a literal spiderweb cocoon on the edge of a building. He is half naked and falls. He tries to shoot a web, realizes his mechanical shooters are gone, and then, thwip. He shoots an organic web to save his own life. He is evolving, or rather, mutating. Why else would he go to Bruce Banner, a man wearing an inhibitor bracelet, for help? Banner explicitly warns him. If DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous. Look at the water dripping from the pipe. Peter is holding his head in agony because his spider sense has dialed up to a maddening, uncontrollable level. He is losing control of his strength, slingshotting himself into a water tank. And at the end of the trailer, his eyes are pitch black and glowing red as he shatters a ninja sword with his bare hands. The spider is taking over. But what triggered this mutation? This brings us to Exhibit B, the Scorpion and the Symbiote. We see Mac Gargan, the Scorpion, strike Peter with his tail. That venom could be the catalyst for Peter's biological breakdown. But look closely at Scorpion's face. In Homecoming, his face was heavily scarred. Here, the scar is gone. How does a normal human heal a massive facial deformity? He doesn't. A symbiote does. Michael Mando has been teasing Venom and Scorpion on his social media for a reason. And remember the scene where Peter gets tangled in a massive web behind a billboard? Something else is swinging around New York City. And the invisible entity jumping between federal agents? It could be Jean Grey mind control, as Sadie Sink is heavily rumored, but it perfectly mirrors a symbiote jumping from host to host. The authority figure briefing Peter says it clearly. We are faced with a danger we can't control, one we can't even see. And because Peter is losing his mind and the city is descending into chaos, the real heavy hitters are stepping in. Exhibit C, the Punisher. Frank Castle does not care about your friendly neighborhood status. We see Frank in a black van, literally ramming into Spider-Man, armed with a grenade launcher. Frank tells him to quit your whimpering.
Quit your whimpering.
And fires at an armored car right in front of him. Peter kicks Frank out through the windshield, webs his mouth shut mid-curse word, and tells him to go home.
Mother.
Go home!
If the Punisher is actively hunting in your neighborhood, things have gone nuclear. But the ultimate betrayal is happening right under Peter's nose. Let's talk about the ending. Peter gives MJ housewarming flowers. He introduces himself as the friendly neighbor from across the hall. MJ and Ned don't remember him.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
It seems tragic, right? Look at the background. Earlier in the trailer, we see a hooded figure in front of a massive, high-tech hacker setup. A lot of people think it's a mutated Peter, but compare the hardware in that dark room to the brief glimpse we get of Ned's apartment at the end. They are identical. Ned Leeds is building something. In the comics, Ned becomes the Hobgoblin. Has the spell fractured Ned's mind, turning him into a cyber threat while he has no memory of his best friend? The pieces are all there. A mutating Peter, a healed Scorpion, the hand ninjas swarming the streets, and Frank Castle ready to execute everyone involved. Marvel is giving us the darkest Spider-Man story ever told, disguised as a nostalgic throwback. What do you think? Did you catch the organic webs, or were you too distracted by the old suit? Drop your theories in the comments below. Let's see who has the best eyes in the community. Do not believe everything they put on the screen. If you want to keep untangling the webs of deception hidden in your favorite universes, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Case closed. For now.